Hello everybody, this is Ananya Sikdar and you're watching my channel Tuning with Mass Communication. Today I am going to discuss on the topic formal writing and literary writing. So let me tell you what is writing. Writing is the process of using symbols, that is letters of the alphabet, punctuation and spaces to communicate thoughts and ideas in a readable form. So as I told you earlier in my previous video, that was on um, uh, the topic spoken language, accent and vocabulary. So there I told you that the communication can be done verbally and non-verbally. So under verbal communication, writing was there. So through writing we can communicate to a person, to anybody. A keyword of clear communication is considering your audience. So when we communicate, we have to keep in mind of the audience. So likewise, even when we write, we have to keep in mind about the audience to whom we are writing, because the writing will be differ. Because if suppose you are writing to your family, that writing will be informal, or if you are writing academic wise, professionally wise, it will be formal writing. In our own language, writing is usually the fourth language skill that we learn. So there are four language skill. First one is listening. Then second one is speaking, then reading, then writing. So all are important, because see, suppose from a childhood, what happens from a childhood? First a person or a child listen, okay, then he try to speak, then he learns to write, no, then he learns to read, then at last he go to the script, that is writing. Now formal writing. A formal writing is one which is used for academic, business, legal or professional purposes. This means when we are writing something in academic or business purpose or anything legal or professional purposes, the writing should be formal. Means it should be in a systematic way. In formal writing, there are some rules. So while we writing for these purposes, academic, business, professional, we have to write formally. It is done in accordance with rules suitable for an official or important situation or occasion. A formal piece of writing is one that must be clear, properly framed and well organized. This means when we are writing formal, means when we are writing something which is related to formal, it should be clear, properly framed and well structured or well organized. It has serious tone, facts, standard punctuation and a third person perspective. This means when we are writing something which is related to some academic purpose or professional purpose, the tone should be serious, means the tone should be formal, the tone should be polite. While we are writing, we should show some kind of seriousness there. It should not be casual one, okay? And there should be a proper punctuation, and you should write according to the third person perspective. Never you should write personally, like I, me, you, not all those things. It should be written in a third person perspective, means generally. Now there are some tips which you can use while writing formal writing. So use passive voice, use of positive literal language and academic vocabulary. This means when you are writing formal writing, when you are writing something which is formal, it should be the words, the language should be positive, the literal language and the academic vocabulary, means there should be a technical words used there, not anything, okay? There the vocabulary will must be focused on academic ways, okay? Because there are some words which we use in our daily life. So those words you should not use while you are writing formally. There should be some standard vocabulary. Okay. So proper spelling, grammar and punctuation. It is important. If your spelling is wrong, the words goes wrong. Grammar should be proper in formal writing, and punctuation makes the sentence proper. Punctuation makes the sentence complete. If the punctuation is wrong, full the sentence meaning will be changed. So you have to keep in mind while writing the punctuation. Sentences should be fully elaborated and concluded. It should be complex, means the sentence should be complex. Particular purpose and audience. See, while you are writing formal writing, the piece of formal writing should contain a particular purpose. There should be an objective. Okay, simply you cannot write, right? There are some purpose for it. So there should be a particular purpose, and you have to, while writing, you have to keep the audience in your mind. No contradictions. This means contradictions, example like haven't, wouldn't, I'm. So don't use that apostrophe in your writing. You should do, what should you write? Have not, would not, I am. So no contradictions because it looks informal. No slang or informal language. There should be no slang words used in it. Use third person. No personal examples. Don't give any personal examples like I was there, I experienced this. No such kind of example should be given. Okay, you should keep in your mind that the person should the person should concentrate, the person should give attention to your objective, not to your personal reasons. Okay, no overly emotional language. No over generalizations. Over generalization means, see, sometimes what we do, we write in our writing that everybody knows this, everybody knows that. No, maybe some person don't know it. So don't keep it over generalization, just keep it generalizations. Like, okay, give simple sentences, do not give like everybody kind of things. No statistics without proper reference. This means do not put any number or anything which you do not know. Facts should be only kept in your formal writing. So these were some tips which you can use while you write the formal writing. Now literary writing. The term literary writing calls to mind works by writers such as Shakespeare, Milton, Wordsworth, etc. When we say literary writing, what comes in our mind? The work of Shakespeare, the poems of Milton, the Wordsworth, etc. Okay? Literary writing is defined as creating new creative work such as poems and novels and compilations of volumes of creative or artistic work. Anything like the novel, the poems which is written in an artistic way is known as literary writing. It is an essence, a response, a subjective personal view which the writer expresses through for themes, ideas, thoughts, reminiscences, using his armory of words to try to evoke or provoke a response in the reader. This means when the writer writes literary, okay, his writing is literary. What he wants to do, he expresses writing through themes, his own ideas, his own thoughts, some words which directly goes into the head of the reader, which put some response in the reader's mind. Okay, literary writing is usually fictional and it makes use of figurative or symbolic language. Symbolic or figurative language means the simile, metaphor, irony. All these things are there in the literary writing. It is fictional, and it is what language is used? Figurative or symbols. It has creative and artistic intent, carefully structured, and uses words for the rhetorical effect of their flow, their sound, and their emotive and descriptive qualities. This means, say, this writing is very beautiful. This writing creates an artistic characteristic. Okay, it is well structured, uses of words to the there are sound effects, the everything you can feel, that whatever the writers write, okay, in his writing, you can feel the atmosphere, you can feel his writing, you can feel the emotions, what he wants to convey. It's very emotive, descript the it is in a descriptive qualities. Literature is a process of communication. It helps us to understand life. This means what literature does, literature help us to understand our life, because when the writer writes anything, uh, somewhere it creates a good essence in our mind. It is self-conscious, imaginative mode of writing which uses words not just to convey information but as an art form to yield aesthetic satisfaction. Ultimately, it is a response to life. What literary writing does? It is self-conscious, imaginative mode of writing which uses words not just used to convey information, but what it does, it yields our aesthetic satisfaction, the art of life. Okay, it is ultimately a response to life. For examples, you can see some literary works of Tolstoy's War and Peace, then Proust's Remembrance of Things Past, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Milton's Paradise Lost. There are some literary elements as well. So if you also want to write the literary works, you can use these things. You have to keep in mind these things to write the writing. And when you read anything, novels or poems, you can see, especially in novels, you can see these elements present. This makes the literary writing effective. First one is plot, that is sequence of events. Then is setting, means the time or place. Protagonist, the main character. Antagonist means the conflict character. Narrator, who narrates the story. Narrative method, the way it narrates. Dialogue means every character speaks to one another. Conflict means the issue revolving in this novel, any issue, because conflict is very important part, because without conflict the story does not go well. Whether the conflict can be later on change into happy ending or sad ending, tragedy, but conflict is important. Without conflict there will be no climax. Theme means the whole concept, the central idea of the novel. So these are the things, these are the elements which are used in a literary writing. So this was today's end of my video. Thank you. If you like my video, hit the like button, share and subscribe. Thank you.